Matt Dumba still not signed by a team. Now, no one expected Matt Dumba to remain with the Minnesota Wild. No one expected the Minnesota Wild to re-sign Matt Dumba. I mean, we know he's going to be with another team. Rumors right now pointing at the fact that he might be in talks with the Arizona Coyotes. Now, that all comes down to they can probably pay him. They can probably give him a good chunk of change. Does he want to win? Does he want to win now? That is the question. It'll be interesting to see if he signs with them, what that deal will look like. Gustav Nyquist signs with the Nashville Predators. How about them Nashville Predators? Oh my goodness. Talk about retooling on the fly. Gustav Nyquist signs a very, very digestible deal. He signed a 2-year deal worth $6.37 million. So just over $3 million cap hit for a guy like Gustav Nyquist, who, when he played with the Wild, looked very, very good. And even at the age of, 33, 34, the guy's still got some dog in him. The guy is still a skillful player, and it doesn't seem like he's lost too much of a step. It's not like he was the fastest guy anyways, but it's not like he's slow out there by any means. John Klingberg is the next player to sign a contract with the Toronto Maple Leafs, who Toronto really loading up. I mean, they got Max Domi, John Klingberg at a 1-year, $4.15 million. Now, I do not think the Wild should have re-signed him for that, but they also acquired Ryan freaking Reaves. Now, I am absolutely gutted about this one. I'm absolutely gutted. Now, I know the contract he signed with the Leafs, the Wild would never been able to stomach that, especially at the price. He signed a 3-year deal with the Leafs, $4 million, 1.3 per year for the Minnesota Wild. That's just too much. That's just too much. And I know Reaves wanted term. That was his thing. He's the type of player. He's the last enforcer. Let's be honest. And now people are rolling their eyes. Well, what does he actually enforced there? He should in the last couple of years. Look, the game has changed. The refs aren't even allowing him to play his game. Let's be honest, and actually defend his players. There's more than meets the eye there, folks. I promise you that. I'm absolutely gutted because not only was he a glue guy, which and a locker room presence, a vibe guy, as our friends would say here on the Sota Pod, he did a lot for this team. And again, I know Brett, our friend, is rolling his eyes. He might even be puking right now. He probably turned off the podcast right now. But honestly, there's no tongue planted in cheek here. When Kaprizov was out, who stepped up in scoring? Who? Ryan motherfucking Reaves. And you cannot deny that. You cannot deny that. Now, I know. Is he going to be the replacement for your superstar player? No. He's a presence who apparently in the right situations can still provide offense. And I want to say, guys, and we'll get into Patrick Maroon here in a sec. Reaves had one more point than him last year, if I'm not mistaken, at 15. So just saying. Reaves signs a 3-year deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs again, $4 million. I'm happy for him. And then one other thing. If you all think he's going to last with the Leafs for 3 years, you're crazy. You're crazy. He's getting moved in that last year of the deal. Let's be honest. This is the Ryan Reaves way. Now, I understand he wanted his family to have a home base. I still think if the Wild signed him for 3 years or even 2 years, let's say at a more reasonable price, that they wouldn't have been stuck with him. Like some of you on social media were making it out to be. The disrespect from Ken Campbell from the Hockey News, from some of our friends in other Minnesota Wild podcasts, it's fucking disgusting. It really is. For what this guy brought to this team, and you can't backpedal. You can't just be like, rip him all year, rip him, thanks Brad Treliving, and, all the disrespect. And then you can't backpedal and be like, oh yeah, well, he was a good guy in the room and blah, 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 and say all the nice things about him as soon as he's gone. You can't do that. That's disrespectful. I have no time for that, and that is fucking bullshit. So shout out to you, Reaves. I support you. Don't listen to those other Wild podcasts. They don't support you. They don't care. Actually, there's a few Wild takes. I mean, Dev's standing strong with me. I know. But yeah, the disrespect, not only from Minnesota, but like Ken Campbell. What the fuck, Ken Campbell? And I've worked with Ken Campbell before. Ken's a good guy. And I know sometimes he pokes the bear. Sometimes he likes to throw some hot takes out there, but I don't mind hot takes. Just don't be an asshole. Just don't be an asshole. Don't be disrespectful to a player who's been in the league as long as Reaves and in the era of no enforcers, somehow still keeps getting a job. So you may think you guys are all hockey experts out there. You aren't. You aren't. Because look what Brad Trillman is doing to his team, and he felt like this was the right guy to bring in.